Baseball. It was once considered America's pastime. From the end of the 1800s through the beginning of the 20th century, every town seemed to have its own semi-professional team, including Glenview. From 1904 to 1913, a local team played on the field located on the northwest side of Waukegan Road and Lake Street, what is now Glenview Road, under the management of Phil LeClaire and Jerry Janane. The next year, the Glenview Amusement Company formed, and under the management of H. Hoffman, produced Glenview's strongest semi-pro team in suburban Cook County. In 1913 and 1914, when the Glenview Baseball Club played Highland Park, quote, every game played was witnessed by a large following of loyal fans, according to a 1916 newspaper article. They were keyed up to the highest pitch because of the closeness of the scores and the intense rivalry. The team's record was 56-6 in those 2 years, but the corporation dissolved after disastrous seasons in 1915 and 1916. Another corporate team was organized and a ballpark established on a triangular-shaped piece of land between River Road and Dew Street, west of Waukegan. Surrounded by a high board fence, the field included bleachers for spectators and a large wooden scoreboard. Throughout the 1920s, Glenview's semi-pro team played against competitors that included Evanston's Tigers and Mason Park, Chicago's Romeos, Triangles, and Red Sox, and of course, the arch-rival Highland Park Elks. A July 31st, 1925 game against the House of David, which Glenview won 9-0, was attended by 1,400 people, the largest crowds ever assembled at a baseball game in Glenview, according to the Daily Herald, which also heralded Glenview's team as the champions of the North Suburban Territory. After the 1920s, baseball fans increasingly turned their attention to the Cubs, White Sox, and the American Giants of the National Negro Leagues. The number of semi-professional teams declined substantially. On February 27, 1929, the Glenview Baseball Club held a meeting at Herbert Rugen's Hall for the purpose of voting to abandon the corporation. After that, and a few short-lived attempts to revive the semi-pros in the suburbs, the only amateur baseball played was by the Glenview Naval Air Station 9 and the Glenview Community Playground Baseball League, composed of in-town competitors. Learn more about the history of Glenview and its residents at glenviewhistory.org, on Facebook at facebook.com/glenview.history.center, and on Twitter at twitter.com/glenviewhistory.